You might be asking yourself, why are we on this screen and not with Kitty? Here's why. There's a new part of this show that's called the intro. 30 seconds to tell you what's happening. Those alerts are off, bad man. I see you, though. And hi, Panna. Tonight on the show is Kitty. Mosh's Live Season 5, Episode 1 is tonight. New season. That's what we're calling it. Look at the sweater. I can cover my mouth in case I get scared. That's been 30 seconds. I'll see you guys in a minute. They can hear you now, so don't make me look dumb.
Okay. I was laughing at the sweater over your face.
So remember in the previous seasons I'd wear a shirt and a tie. This season, I'm trying to get more in touch with the youth viewership because I'm a little bit old. So hoodie plays well with the young kids.
You got to throw a few yeets and dabs in there, and then you'll be good.
I might. I like seeing other people use yeet. I like seeing other people use it. I don't understand it.
Is that only something Mosh Cray Tees does?
It might be. I might have to do some serious research about that. This is the news show for people that have never seen this before. This happened a while ago. Actually, 1 year and a week, because you were actually on a year ago next week.
Yep.
But I am gone next week, so we're doing it this week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A year? What the hell?
It's been a year. Yeah.
Like old. We're like old ladies
really
now.
Old. Yeah. I feel old.
So we have these questions over here on the right. I'm pointing the wrong way. How about that way? Over that way. We go through some basic questions, and then I have a survey that's something like a MySpace survey that Kitty is going to answer very quickly and very honestly.
Oh, God.
And there's like 19 questions. That'll be something fun. So we're going to do that with all the guests that are on the show coming up, and Kitty gets to be, of course, the test subject for all of this.
Yeah, guinea pig Kitty.
Let me turn everything up a little bit since I think it's down. There we go. I want to hear my own voice in my headphones more.
It's a beautiful voice.
I know. Okay, it starts off with flattery. Okay, so it's been a year. Mm-hmm. What has happened since the last time we spoke?
Wow.
A lot. I mean,
yeah.
We have actually met twice since the last time we spoke.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3 times. Because TwitchCon.
Oh, if you count TwitchCon, that's 3 times.
In real life.
Yes, IRL. Mosh is very, very tall.
That's
and
true.
I'm very, very small.
That's also true.
So the first time we did this, I was TK Streamer Spotlight. I was 2 months into streaming. I was living in an apartment with someone I'm no longer married to, and it was an entirely different space, mentally, emotionally, physically. Within a year, I have moved on personally. I have moved in with family, and from family. Oh, thanks. It's right here. I covered it with makeup. I got a pimple right before today's show, and I was like, guys, I have a pimple, and I'm going on the princess's show.
The makeup, the wardrobe people didn't take care of that? Like, what's going on? I'm gonna have to fire them.
So I moved a bunch. I moved 3 times over the past year. I finally got my own place. I had a bunch of different stream breaks for different reasons. And now I'm finally honestly, I feel kind of like I'm back where I was this time last year, because I'm finally finding my swing again. I'm finally my feet are back on the ground, which is kind of where I felt like when I was TK Spotlight, that I was, okay, I'm starting to get the hang of the stream thing. Where I'm at right now, ironically, a year later, is, okay, I'm starting to re-get into everything again. I'm starting to reestablish everything. So it's like everything's kind of come full circle a bit.
Well, that's good, and the new place looks good. I like the new setup.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty
They
cool.
if they go off again and are haunted, you have to tell me because
Where's the purple light coming from? What is that?
so it was actually from Shem. It was my birthday present. I don't know if you can see it. It's there's a floodlight there,
I do see it. Okay.
and then there's a floodlight this way. So when I stream with my green screen, I use the lights you gave me. I put them here and here,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't have green screen issues anymore, like with lighting.
There you go.
But when I'm not using the green screen, I like these lights
Yeah,
instead.
it's pretty cool. I like that look. Is the purple from the LEDs? Like I could switch it or something?
Yes, so it comes with this little remote. I'm not even kidding. Comes with a little remote. So like, if you
wow,
want
that's
it to
you might have to send me a link to that though.
be okay, blue. Hold on, we can go blue for you.
Hey, all right.
Let's see, red. It's a little much. Pink, which is where we were at. So,
It's cool.
they're really
I
cool.
like it. It's
Yeah.
a cool aesthetic. Um, okay, let's talk about communities.
Okay.
Kitty and
All
I
right.
met in other communities.
Yeah, we
Uh,
did.
A community that she is now a rep. Mod? I don't know.
Both. I am actually the social media lead for Twitch Kittens.
There you go.
I head up their socials, like their Twitter, their Instagram, et cetera, et cetera. So like I have reps that work with me on that team to kind of move things forward, and I'm working with other mods and admins on relaunching essentially the stream team for Twitch Kittens as well, which has been really cool to kind of come from like, oh, I just joined this place is huge, and now to like be there. But I'm also in this really cool community called the Twitch Bar. I don't know if you've heard of it though. It's pretty exclusive. You may not be welcome.
I never heard of that place. It sounds like a bunch of weirdos. So how about your community itself? In the past year, I assume the community has grown a little bit. I know you mentioned there's been breaks and stuff. So whenever there's a break for streamers, like people leave, and that's just how things go. But your community, I know I'm a part of it, but it's like it seems pretty bustling in terms of Discord and everything.
So here's the crazy thing, and one of my goals is I actually have goals, and I know we're not there yet in your
Get
chat,
out of
so
here.
I won't jump ahead.
Okay.
But is I'm trying to be better about my Discord, because there's a lot of things that I envy in people like Avil or like the Legend of Max who have these Discords where they have all of this like organic conversation that happens when they're not around. I have been very, very lucky in the fact that I think number wise, my community is pretty much where it's been for about a year, because people again come and go. I have been blessed, and I am very, very much aware of how lucky I am. Despite my breaks, despite like all of the craziness, I have the people who were there. Like when I did my 1 year celebration, the number of 1 year badges or like 11 year badges or 10 year month badges, it blew my mind, because these people, despite all of my breaks, despite the fact that I can't finish a dang game ever,
She never get on a horse again.
because I have game ADD, like they're still there, and it makes me feel so blessed. So like, am I pushing to grow my community? No. Am I pushing to make what I do for them better? Absolutely, 100%, because I feel like there's so much more I could be doing as a content creator. Because as much as I want to like have all these conversations and like and like I look at so many of the people in my community as my personal friends. I also want to create a space where like they can feel comfortable like coming and hanging out and chatting, whether I'm there or not. Like I it's like you want your friends to be friends, and I know that sounds so cheesy.
No, I totally get that. Yeah.
Some people naturally do it so well, and it's something I'm kind of working on. But for the most part, I am very, very grateful for the people who are in my community, and I hope they know. I feel like I say it a lot, but I feel like people don't, because when you say it so much, it loses its value. I genuinely like appreciate every single person that's been around in my community. I remember people from the very first time they showed up into my chat. Like I pretty much remember how and when I met all of my core community. Like if they came in with a raid, or if they came in with I was playing like Hollow Knight and you happened to pop in. Like I remember stupid stuff like that, but like it matters to me. So I'm very lucky in that sense. I don't think I'm gonna see personally. I don't think I'm gonna see the growth that I think others may see until I consistently get my stuff back together. But that's not really what I'm pushing. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So I don't
definitely.
know. I don't know if I just rambled or not, but
I mean, Ramley's good. Oh God, there's a cat in the back.
yeah,
Um,
that's Dizzy.
there's it's kind of cool. I like seeing everyone's take on communities. Some are really like forceful with it, and it has to, every shout out has to be my community this and my community that, which is fine. I mean, there's
two
people that,
cats now.
yeah. Oh God, Jesus Christ, getting itchy over here. Um, but some other people kind of use it as just like a home base, and then they launch off to other places. Or I know some big time streamers that don't really spend any time in their Discord. Their
Yeah.
community kind of exists in the channel, so it's cool that everyone has a different take. But I like what you said about how people can have kind of conversations amongst themselves, because everyone talks about it. And I know that I just saw someone tweet about it. I forget who it was, but they're like, the coolest thing ever is when you're sort of playing a game and then you look over and there's just a conversation scrolling and you're not even a part of it, because your friends are sort of talking to new people or other friends. And like, I mean, that's
a really cool thing to see.
right.
Like,
And that's also the
really
best.
awesome.
That's also the best moderator portion, right? Like when you see people that will start conversations with new people, hey, welcome to the channel, what's up, something like that. Those are the mods that you have to keep around, but that's really awesome. I love seeing the discrepancy in how everyone treats different communities. And by the way, I love the different communities too, like the bar, which is some new thing I just heard about. And
Right? You've never heard of that before in your life.
yeah, and Twitch Kittens, and there's some other communities like that. Although I'm not super part of it. I think like Girl Streamers is a community. I think that like Caster Cafe, and there's other communities that are sort of not based on one streamer, but they're based on the community that's sort of involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it. I guess streaming broadcaster communities or something like that.
Maybe you're asking like the least creative
Right.
person in the bunch to help you with that one.
But it's cool to see the different levels. So like you have all the personal discords you check in once in a while. Then you have a community sort of like, maybe we'll call it like a hub community where people kind of gather at, where you can chill and chat. And then if there's something specific to someone's channel, you can drop off to their community. I like that part of it. I like that we have like those big hub communities you can kind of get in touch with, and then, retreat off to your own area for personalized conversation or something.
What I'm trying to figure out now is I'm trying to find this balance of when to ping and when not to ping. So in my Discord, you only get pinged now if you got the role that you wanted to be pinged, because I felt bad pinging people when I went live. And honestly, like, I'm at the point where I probably just take away the ping when I go live. I feel like most people know my schedule at this point. But I don't know yet. Like, when I make an announcement in the announcements channel, it's usually because I'm saying thank you and I want you to know that I love you, or like it's something really that I'm excited about, like charity streaming. So like some people are like, nah, it's your Discord, like you ping when you want to.
Right.
And then there are some people like, oh my god, you pinged me.
I know someone like that.
She sees all. But I'm trying to find that balance, because I don't want to annoy people, but I want to share my excitement with them at the same time.
Right.
I know people are very opinionated on when they like to be pinged and when they don't like to be pinged. So at least like I've taken the step to make most of the pings in the Discord like an opt-in sort of thing.
Right. I know that the personal communities that I frequent versus, because I'm a part of like 50 communities. I don't even know what it is right now.
Nah.
But like a huge majority of those are muted because there's pings and everything, and I just am not interested. However, there are some where it's sort of like the pings are directed, and I know yours is one of them where like you'll ping me or someone else will ping me if there's a question specific to me, and I'll jump in and I'm happy to do that. But like, oh God, he tried to attack. But yeah, pings in other communities can get super annoying, especially if they're constant. So yeah, maybe the streamer role for pings is a good idea.
Yes, it's just something I've noticed. Everybody like, it's like a trend, like just like in real life, like it's a trend that everybody's kind of doing right now.
Right.
I personally really like it. I don't know if it's something that will stick around. I don't know if I'll eventually get rid of pings. It's just interesting to kind of see everybody sort of like figure out their own way around it.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, that's another part about having a bunch of different personal discords you can look into and see how everyone runs their own thing. Because I know some discords have, have that live now role, a live now channel where you can post when you're going live and all that.
Yeah.
There's some that have taken away I personally took mine away. And then replaced it with a bot that basically says, "Here's everyone that's live," so you don't have to get a ping. You just look, that kind of thing.
I have both. I have the Live Now channel and I have the bot. And everybody's like, "Why do you have both?" I'm like, "I don't know, because I hate change." So,
you got to find out what you like, right? Try everything, see what's there.
So all of it,
right? But in some of the hub communities though, like even the bar, who I was lying, I do know about the bar. We have the stage, and Twitch Kittens had, I don't know if they still do, but the Live Now channel or whatever it is. But do. I mean, it just turns into a spam feed of Live Now roles. No one on that server goes to the Live Now channel and goes, "Let me find someone to watch." No one does that. That has never happened. If they want to know if you're going live, they get the live notification, right?
Yeah. So I actually really like the Live Now bot, especially in my Discord. I've done it before where if I'm not streaming, I've actually taken a screenshot of like who's live in my Discord and shared it. I've like tweeted out people.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Discord. Like on days when I'm not streaming, I really try to watch people who are in my community who are also streamers, like my personal one, because I'm like, you're going out of your way to join my Discord and spend time in my stream. Like, let me come hang out in yours. So I personally like the Live Now role in my Discord for that exact reason, because sometimes I don't get the notifications. Like, I'll use Frump as an example. I have my notifications turned on for Frump. I very rarely miss a Frump stream, and half the time I don't get one on my phone. So like I can see it in my Discord.
She turned it off specifically for you, so she could mess with you.
I just want to see VR Frump.
I kind of go back and forth on it because I see some people use it really well and some people that use the lack of it really well. So I don't know how I feel. I do agree a little bit there with the I saw those lights like dimming on the side. It was really freaking me out.
Yeah. See? I'm not crazy. Oh my god, camera. Hello? My camera. There we go. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, and I agree. Like, if you want notification, you turn it on Twitch unless it gets broken or whatever. But I sort of feel the same way about Twitter. Like, I put a Live Now thing on just a minute ago on Twitter for this show because you're on this show. Normally I don't do that, or I'll just say some garbage like, "Hey, now." Like, I think before I posted just the word "now," and that was it.
Yeah.
But I sort of kind of, I fell out of that role where I need to keep posting live now. Like, I'd much rather post a conversation or something. I mean, some of the best Twitters I've seen, and I need to have a command for Violet, because every single time I talk about Twitter on this show that nerd Violet. She comes up every single time. But she does the kind of thing where it's like she just posts questions, and then it's like this huge train of conversation. It's awesome. That's way better than me going to someone's Twitter and then seeing a bunch of Live Now postings. So
it's funny. I've actually, you're a numbers guy, so I think you'll appreciate this. I've not purposely, but I should lie and say I did to impress you. There have been times where I've gone live and not posted to Discord, like the Me6 bot didn't work. So my Discord notification didn't go off. There have been times where I've gone live and I didn't like post my link in any other Discords. And there have been times where I've gone live and totally forgotted to tweet. I can English. I totally forgot to tweet.
I understood the context. I understood.
So I didn't honestly notice a difference in like the people who always show up to talk to me, that those people were still there because they know my schedule and they showed up to talk to me.
Right. Or they have the notifications on, right?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that idea that like you don't always need to tweet, like that you're going live, like I totally get that. I think it's just so ingrained in me and it's habit now. It's like I yell at myself like, "Oh my god, you didn't tweet!" Like, so that's just me.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to see numbers like that. And that's a good test case for yourself to look at. This is my numbers before when I first launched, and now here it is when I don't say anything, and it's the same. So why am I saying anything? That's a good. That's a really good test. Oh Jesus, I'm knocking my mic all around.
Mic abuse.
Just wait till tomorrow. The tech show this week is gonna be lit.
Oh God.
So here's another question. Just recently, we finished up a mini sort of tournament that I started, or I came up with this idea, and I talked to Juice about it, and I talked to Nightlight, and we called it the Inner Community Throwdown. That was sort of the joke about it. Yeah. And so we picked a game. It was Apex Legends, and we played for a few weeks, and we had a bracket or whatever. And I still owe those guys T-shirts as well because we lost. Unfortunately, Juice cheated.
Juice cheated?
So, no, he didn't.
Mean he?
He cheated by having Shem as a partner, is what he did. No, but it was the goal was to sort of bring communities together instead of keeping everyone separated, because a lot of times in the hub communities, they can get so focused on themselves, right?
It's like an echo chamber.
Exactly. You get trapped in this one area where like you can't see outside, you can't take anyone saying no to you, which is the echo chamber part of it, but it's more like, and it's kind of interesting because I thought about this, where would other communities be interested in supporting this? Because what if they thought, well, if I buy into this, then I'm promoting another community. What if I lose people to that community? And that wasn't my mindset at all thinking of this. But is that something that you think should be of a concern, or should it be more like open borders and we're all like neighboring countries and stop being petty about it and everyone be friends?
So here's what's crazy. I really think that people that they need to branch out and explore and get other perspectives and other takes on things. Like, one community is not the end all be all of communities. I was actually talking to another streamer friend of mine. His name is Grandpa Titan. We all call him Gramps. And I was talking about how I've noticed, like, there are some of us who still do it. But those of us who have been around at least a year, like, I don't see them branching out and joining new communities and like looking for new viewpoints or doing any of that. It's like once they found their little corner of the internet, like, they're good, they're happy, like, this is where I'm going to grow.
Yeah.
And for some people that works, but I took a step back and I was talking with him about it, and I'm like, like, is that what happens? Is that why people feel like they hit a wall on Twitch, is because they get comfortable where they're at and they don't want to branch out anymore? I don't really know. I don't have the answer. I'm not a mind reader. But it was just a really curious conversation to have. So say like you find the bar and you're like, oh my God, the bar is the best community on Twitch.
Yeah.
And then
I would agree with that statement, but yes.
You get like so comfortable there that you're not open to seeing, hearing any other sort of communities.
Right.
You only find yourself there. You limit the number of new people and new streamers and new viewpoints that you expose yourself to. So it's you know what I mean?
Yes.
But in the same token, for somebody who it's really, really hard to put themselves out there, having that comfortable corner, having some place that's going to grow as you grow, like, do you need to really branch out? I don't know. It was just an interesting sort of conversation to have.
Yeah, it is. That is very interesting, because as someone, and I think it comes to like your different mindset on how Twitch works, right? Like if your mindset is, I'm going to have some meteoric trajectory and I'm going to become the doc tomorrow and I need to do all these things to increase my numbers only. I mean, I could point to 1,000 cases right now on Twitter how that does not work. But if that's the goal, then you might think that, I need to join 1,000 different communities and this community is not good enough for me. And, I don't need to I just need to drop my live link and move on. And, it's just a numbers game. But at the same time, once you get into a community, you get into this comfort zone, right? Like you were saying, where this is kind of your home now and it becomes comforting and you sort of, the people there, you can make the same jokes. And it becomes a little bit, is it a little bit clicky, something like that? And then you sort of lose that, not necessarily like the drive for numbers, but maybe it's like the desire to, and I hate this word because it's so overloaded, just
Oh,
like
you're
grow.
gonna use the network? No, you're
I
gonna
was
use the
gonna,
network word.
I was gonna
I
use
purposely
the
didn't use
desire
it.
to innovate is what I was gonna use, but it's close to that. But yeah, you get sort of comfort in where you're at, and you don't strive to move forward. And I think
Yeah.
that's honestly that could be a death of a lot of us streamers that have sort of done this before. So yeah, it's all really, and I hope that we can sort of push that the inner community tournament that we sort of started further to where, like I have on the screen, the question is block parties or networking, right? So it's like that's how I thought of that tournament,
Oh.
was that it was a block party. So all of the communities have their own houses, and we all kind of go there at night or whatever. But once in a while we all get together and cook out and have fun and dance and whatever and just have fun. There's no hug command in this channel. We don't do that kind of.
Sorry,
Um,
Hannah's making me laugh.
Okay, let's go on to the next one because
Okay.
we're gonna get distracted in communities for about 16 hours.
Yeah.
The lessons learned is something I like to talk a lot about on the show, and we have talked a lot about it in the past. I want to know, what do you think went wrong in the last year? Being that since we last talked, so a lot of streamers try different things over time, whether that be on their show or on Twitter or in Discord or Instagram or something like that.
Yeah.
Anything you try that didn't go how you wanted.
Well, have you seen one of my shows? Have you? I have a exclamation point exe command for a reason. I have experienced every sort of tech issue you can imagine. At one point, I wasn't streaming very recently because I static shocked one of my monitors away.
I remember that.
So something about babies in ovens. Oh, gosh, darn it. Honestly, I think one of the biggest things that went wrong, like putting aside the breaks that I took for personal reasons. Oh, there's a cat shadow. Please don't freak out.
Oh my god.
It's just
What's it doing?
Today. Stop. I'm sorry, he's so distracted because you can see his shadow. So I took breaks for personal reasons, and like my community knows, I've been open about it. It's one of those things where, regardless of what you have going on in Twitch, like you need to be a person, you need to be a human being first. And I was in a really, really low place this year, and it's because of my community, because of Twitch, that I was able to kind of crawl my way back out, and I am forever grateful. So sticking to just like the actual things I was able to accomplish on Twitch, one of the things I'm trying to fix moving forward, that looking back, I think I did wrong over the past year, was I am a variety streamer, and like there was this big here he comes. There was this big hoopla over using the word variety streamer on Twitter. I don't know.
I remember
if you
that.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yes, and like how
I
you
see
shouldn't
everything on
label
Twitter.
yourself. You shouldn't label yourself as that, and blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah. But what it made me do was sit down and think. Some of the people in my community, who I see very like sporadically, I realized they came in when I was playing a certain game, and they were like that's how Twitch streamers are. Like I watch certain streams just for the game, and I watch certain streams just for the people.
Sure.
I think as a variety streamer, I failed in the aspect where I've seen so many other variety streamers succeed. I have never finished a game. Like I started Hollow Knight, we never finished it. I started Crash Bandicoot, I never finished. I started Spyro, I never finished it. Like I started so many things, and I never gave my community the opportunity to see me play through it whole. Never let them see me from start to finish, like finish a game. The only time I haven't like deviated from that is The Witcher, which we still haven't finished. A year later, we're still playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
And I love that game. But I think that as a variety streamer is where I failed. I do still believe that like you should get to play what you want, like when you want. But I feel like if I could go back, I would probably at least finish one of the games, you know? So that's what I'm starting to try and do. So like I know soon Right now, I want to finish Bioshock. I want to play through the Bioshock collection. I'm super excited for that.
It's
I want to play through.
an unbelievable game.
Yeah. And Thangs actually bought me Bioshock Infinite, so I can play that game, which I've heard is amazing.
That's a good game too. It doesn't get a lot of respect versus number one, but it's very good.
So I want to play through that. I started the Nathan Drake collection. Like I want to progress through something with my community. Yes, I still want to be a variety streamer and play what I want when I want, but like I want them to see me. Like for example, I think what really put it in perspective for me was watching these Kingdom Hearts streamers and watching these communities like rally around the fact that like they got to watch the streamer experience it from start to finish.
Yeah.
And like that was really cool for me to see how invested Zelda streamers, same thing. Like watching the community like be invested in the streamer beginning and in the middle and the end of the story, like that was really cool for me. And it made me take a step back and realize, and look, if you take a look at all the different games I've played this year, it's insane. If you look at the number of games I've finished.
Yeah.
And I think that's on me as a variety streamer. I think that's where my biggest, like, I wouldn't call it a flaw, but like if I could go back and fix it, that's what I would have done. And two, I would have taken my time figuring out my tech issues myself, which is what I'm learning to do now. Because as much as I love you and I love Slice and like all of these people that helped, so much of my tech issues along the way could have been alleviated is if I'd gotten off my butt and learned how to fix it myself in the first place.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for somebody who would have fixed it for me.
Sure.
So like learning my own commands, so learning how to build a PC myself, what parts I have in my PC, like how lighting really works, how the green screen works, like how the camera settings work, understanding my mic a little better. Like those are all things I personally should have known like how to do without aid. Not saying that like you can't ask for help, but like I look at someone, for example, like and I just because I love her to pieces, like the Legend of Max. Okay, she knows her commands, her bots, her PC, her system, like inside and out, and she can troubleshoot it and fix it all right there on the spot. She does it very cutely in her Max sort of way, but like that's what I should be able to do. Like I have access to the Streamlabs chatbot Discord and the Slobs Discord and like all of that.
I've been in there quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's knowledge out there to have taught me this stuff, and a lot of it I have figured out now. I think I was so just excited by like everything. I didn't take the time to really learn to appreciate and understand everything I could have, if that makes sense. I feel like I've been rambling for a really long time. I'm sorry.
It's all good information.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. The server is dying on you, which is not your fault or my fault, but it is dying.
The server. Should I swap to US East again? See if that helps.
I don't think East will help. You can if you want, but whatever. I think it's still okay. It's just a couple of seconds. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
you're darker for some reason. That's okay. East comes in darker.
There we go. It's because it's raining here.
So yeah, that's the whole finishing games thing. Is that, I guess my first question would be, is it because you get bored of playing the game, or just sort of the community wants to play something else, or is it something other than that? Because I know for me, sometimes we play a game and then for some reason after like dozens of hours, I'm just like, no, I don't want to play this anymore, like that kind of thing. But I have like pretty severe ADD because of that stuff.
It's honestly, it's not that, because again, my community's so chill and I'm so blessed. I know people use that word, they throw that word around too, but I genuinely mean it. It would more so like Cat Quest. I love Cat Quest.
Yeah.
But I would get in this mood where I'm like, oh, well, we just played it. I got to try something new. And like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I was just so all over the place with my game ADD. What I have found is I was stopping myself. And what's really been helping is I was stopping myself from gaming or playing any sort of games as they were on stream. Oh, I should be streaming this. Oh, I should be streaming this.
Yes.
What I have found helps my game ADD is gaming off stream. I play what I want to play off stream, and then I don't feel as like, oh, like I could play all these things today when I do stream. If that makes, I don't know if that's
it does.
Sense
yeah, no, I've seen that that same sentiment a lot, And there's actually a lot of questions on, everyone posts questions and stuff on Twitter, but it's like,
Yeah.
do you find that you don't play games on stream anymore? And I've heard
Yeah.
this sentiment from many people saying like, I feel bad playing a game off
Yeah,
stream because I
you
should be
feel bad.
streaming. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's a really good concept is that first of all, you can't always be on. No one can always be on.
No.
But like you need to have that sort of downtime where you're just like not worried about what people are saying or doing. You're just really engrossed in the game and doing your thing. And sometimes, I mean, in my case, I play a lot of BRs like all the time.
Yeah.
It'll just
What
be
is
me
Apex? What is
and right. Just be like me and Zeb playing every single night, and I'm just like doing other shit at the same time. Like I'm not, focusing on chat. You need that sort of downtime, I think. All right. What about? So that was things you did wrong. What about things that you wanted to do? Let's say you had a list of things you wanted to do in the last year that you never kind of got around to, and you can't say finish a game. That's not allowed.
Okay. So things that I wanted to get around to and never did. So what I really wanted to do, and it is one of my goals now, is I have a DSLR camera. What I would love to do is use that camera as my webcam.
I know about this. See how pretty this face is right now?
Yeah, we all see you, princess. We see you. But when I got the green screen and like when I bought, because I want to say June. It was either May or June, right when I got accepted onto the TK Stream team. My community came out in full force, and I had a really generous donor named Shinkolink who,
I know,
who helped me get my green screen and my stream deck and like all of the things that like I didn't have before. One of the things that I wanted to eventually do is, I'm like redoing everything. Let me get a camera. But I was like, wait, I have a camera. So all I need is like the cam link thing.
Yeah.
It's on my list of things to eventually get. Sorry for the kitty shadow again.
Oh God.
That was something I never got around to doing. I never got to co-stream as much as I wanted to.
Okay.
I really, really wanted to co-stream more. It's a little difficult when you run a PG-13 channel because people are either not willing to censor themselves or they have a really hard time doing so. Avel did it for me, which is saying something.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. And lastly, I really wanted to have more community nights, which is something I love that streamers do. I wish over the past year I had like stuck to my guns because I said I wanted to play community games on stream. Like, let's have hello again, Dizzy. I wanted to have like sub Overwatch nights like on stream or like
or Paladins used to play that too, right?
Yes, like games where like your community comes on stream and they play with you. Like I set up a queue system. I still have the bot. Like I have all of that, and I just excuse me, honey. Like, could you? It's fine. It's fine.
He's the boss now.
Yeah, like I had all of these great intentions, and I don't know. I just never got to it. I think that again comes back to my inconsistency with streaming because of all of the personal issues that I had. That I did have to take that like close to 2-month break in the summer, and then like a close to month break again when I moved. Kitty's like, this is my stream now. Yeah, he's the boss. It's fine. But I think that's where that came from, for sure.
Awesome.
He's gonna break one of my blinds. I'm just waiting for it.
I like the DSLR one.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big change to the stream too. But those kind of goals, and you can see them actually behind on the board up there.
Yeah, I have an actual goals panel now, which I thought you would be so proud of me for.
I am proud of you. But it's also important to sort of be honest with yourself about like, here's what I wanted to do in the last year, and here's what I didn't do. And to sort of understand like why that didn't happen. And in your case, like you said, there's a lot of personal stuff going on, which I understand that, of course. But like, life gets distracting, and it's okay to not achieve goals, but it's important to like be honest about why they didn't get achieved. Sometimes for me it was just I have no time. Other times
Yeah.
it's just I didn't feel like doing that. I wanted to eat potato chips and watch Netflix instead,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, it's really good to sort of
Oh my
be
god.
what?
Oh my god. I totally forgot the biggest one. So, I'm sorry.
I'm ready. What? It better be good. No, just kidding.
So I changed what they are now
Yeah.
because I had to redo them twice.
Oh.
Mosh, twice. I made, because I thought it was so cute that everybody had these like custom sub gifts that they were like giving out. I made everybody custom name cards with like little kitty stickers that like I put in little envelopes and I sent out, and the first ones got ruined, so I sent out a second batch and people still haven't got
I
them.
remember that debacle. Yeah.
And I think part of it is because I don't know if I was mislabeling or whatever, but that's something I wish I'd gotten right the first time because I'm doing it a third time. And what, in hindsight, if I could go back,
Yeah.
I'd have typed them, because I can't really draw, because I don't have like the artistic ability of say like someone like Invader Lucky or For My Life or all of these like really incredible streamers who are doing
They both
something
have
like
really
this.
good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, what I did was I wrote a poem. Like I wrote an actual poem for every single sub
Mm-hmm.
that was on that form. So
That
like
seems like a lot of work.
that's what took so long. But people don't know that because I was like, oh, I don't want them to know. I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Because I'm dumb. So I hand wrote a poem for every single sub on top of that note card. So then to redo them so many times, like in hindsight, Kitty, you should have typed them.
Yeah.
So if they got
Print them out on
lost
a
again,
card.
you
Yeah.
could have just printed them again.
Right.
So I redid the name tags and the stickers. Those are what's going out now because I just don't have it in me to like redo all the poems again. But
Right.
like that's something I wanted to do and I screwed up royally. But some people did get their poems. Like Suki, I know, got hers. It came really, really, really late, but she got hers.
That's awesome. That
So-
sounds awesome. The
But
how I asked you in the last show, how long have you been
Yeah.
streaming now? It's been a year since the last time we talked. How long before that?
so I hit affiliate on Valentine's Day,
Hit
and I had been streaming a week and a half.
affiliate on
So-
Valentine's Day, so probably about a year.
So like
and,
February 7th ish was my 1 year.
Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause-
Okay.
yeah.
So about a year and a half ish, a year and a couple of months or something.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, year and 2 months.
Right. We'll have a bigger list of hindsight next time. Yeah, you'll get there. All the things that you wanted to do that couldn't be done. Okay, so we've talked about a lot of the stuff that you wanted to do and couldn't do, or stuff that went wrong. What about this coming year, besides finishing a game?
Yeah, besides finishing a game.
And so what do you want to have done this year? It doesn't necessarily have to relate to Twitch, but what is happening this year that needs to happen?
So this year, right now I'm currently saving for a Switch because I do want to personally like try, and I want to play a Zelda game with my community. Like that's a goal of mine. I want to get the DSLR camera set up. Like that's a goal of mine. I actually, hold on. Let me just pull up my goals panel. That's so smart.
Yes. That's my favorite part.
Let's see. What else did I put on this thing? Yeah, it seriously improved my visual quality of my stream overall. Get better at multiplayer games so I can play more community games. See,
That's a
I
good
do wanna
goal.
do that.
There you go.
Do a travel stream. There are people
Oh.
who, and like I envy. Like I know Hobie Pete does it, who do these
Yeah, he
outdoor
does.
streams,
Mhm.
and they don't have the Twitch backpack. So I am determined. Oh, there go my lights again. I am determined to make an outdoor stream, a travel stream, like to do that sort of thing, without the Twitch backpack because those are really expensive. And
You can borrow them from Twitch.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Don't tell anybody.
Secret.
The one of the things that I have on there is feel confident and comfortable in my own skin on camera and in person. So one of the things I dislike about streaming is because of all of my personal issues. I did actually, and I'm back in the gym and I'm trying to eat healthy again. Is I did put on some weight over the past year, and like the camera, I can see it. Like I know, like everybody's gonna like make comments and be like, no, 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 no. But like I can see it, and I dislike. I personally dislike the way I look. So I want to get to a point. I don't necessarily have like a goal weight that I want. Like I don't have like a necessarily like a way that I want to look, but I want to be able to look at myself in the camera on stream and feel comfortable. I want to get comfortable enough with my content that I can actually watch my own VODs back and not be like, oh my God, that's hecka cringe.
Yeah.
And just not watch it. Um, so that's a thing.
I think
that
that's
I
a
that
pretty
yeah.
common one, to be honest, and that's why I see a lot of people that, and people will deny it or whatever. But almost 90% of the people that go to the gym, their number one goal is, I want to look good naked. That's everyone's
Yeah.
freaking goal.
Yeah.
Everyone's goal is that. So yeah, but also the most important thing is how you sort of feel about yourself. So,
Yeah.
self reflection on your own appearance is important. Um,
But the one that's not listed on there, and now I'm going to yell at myself and make a little note later that it's not on there, is generally like as a whole, um, I want to. It's gonna sound weird. I don't want to take streaming more seriously because that's not the word I'm looking for.
mm-hmm.
But streaming is my passion. It's my hobby, and I love it. Um, and you know me, I don't stream with my numbers on. I couldn't tell you my numbers right now, even if you wanted me to. That's not what I care about.
Mm-hmm.
I am at the point where I've been doing this a year now. I feel like as a streamer, I should be growing content wise. Like I feel like the quality of my stream should be better. Like I shouldn't be having these tech issues at the start of every stream. Like my visual stuff should be good. My audio stuff should be good. Like I just want to be better at streaming. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So that's really what I'm working for right now is I want a consistent schedule. Like I want people to depend on my schedule being accurate. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, yep, it's Kitty. She's missing the streaming. I'm always going to be late. Okay. I'm like the worst with time. But like, I want to say like, oh, if I'm going to stream today, like I'm going to stream today.
Right.
Cause I feel like to have a community that's been so patient with me, who's been so there for me despite all of my breaks and all of the stuff that's been happening, I at least like they at least deserve to have me give back my best effort. Like I shouldn't have these like half-ass streams sometimes. Like it's I want to give everything I have into it. I want to be better. I want to do better. I want to show them that I care. Oh, to mornings juice. I'm allergic to mornings. Um, so I just want them to know that I appreciate them. So it's a pride thing for me. Like I'm putting in my best foot forward, but it's also like I see you. Like I appreciate and respect the fact that you have stuck through me through all of these inconsistencies. Let me show you what I can do when I'm really putting my best foot forward.
Right.
And like that's what I want to do for my community. So I actually announced in my sub only channel of my Discord. What a lot of people may not know is one of my degrees was in journalism, media communications, TV production.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my new sub perks is actually going to be YouTube content.
Nice.
The links will only be for subs. I'm going to get back into video editing, which was kind of like my heart and soul in high school. I was part of my high school's TV production program, which was amazing. The downside is I learned to video edit on Final Cut Pro, and
Time
everything
to
on
get
PC.
a Mac.
I have one. I have my iMac sitting right there. I dug it out of storage.
Is that the one that had like the what's it
I
called?
can show you
The
if you
pastel
want.
color top, and it looked like a
No,
triangle?
no.
Okay.
This is a iMac. It's thin silver,
Okay.
black on the front. It's from like 2013.
The computer that I just described to you, viewers, most of you on this
It's
channel,
from Legally Blonde.
is from before you were born. So don't worry about that.
So I unfortunately can't find anything on PC that's similar enough to Final Cut Pro for me to make that sort of easy transition. So I'm going to stick to the iMac for now because I can't be buying any software. But I really that's where I'm at. That's where I am moving forward. Is I just want to be a better content creator for myself and for my community. I feel like I'm rambling a lot. Can you just tell me to shut up when I
No,
ramble?
I
Like, is
like
that the
this.
thing
This is
we
what
can
this
do?
whole segment is for. Those are all great goals. And just to step back onto the gym one and the
Mhm.
personal appearance one, we talked about it briefly, but that's also super important. Mental health when you're streaming is super important. But
Yeah.
we sit in a chair for like 8 hours a day. Most of us
Yeah.
have office jobs where you sit in a chair for another 8 hours a day. You sit in a chair for a long ass time. I've tried to remedy that with a stand up desk, so we'll be doing some more stuff with that. But like, yeah, it's important to find time to get to the gym or something. And I know that we have a friend, Q, who's done like a
Mhm.
workouts on his stream and things, and our friend Soph has done the same thing. Like something, get up and move around, or get one of those watches that says run up some stairs or whatever the hell those things
Yeah.
do.
I actually
Um,
just got my Fitbit back because I got a defective one, and they were like, "Oh, that's our bad," so they sent me a new one. I just got in the mail today.
there you go.
Hmm.
But yeah, that type of stuff is super important, and obviously feeling comfortable with yourself is the most important part. But being healthy is tough in the
Yeah.
industry where you sit at a chair all day.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's something like making sure I cook instead of like just buy frozen meals or like Insta ramen.
yeah,
Um, Especially now that it's just me that I'm cooking for, is something that I'm really forcing myself to do. Once I get into the habit, it's easier. Like once I start going to the gym, it's easier. It becomes a routine. I
you're right.
actually feel gross. It's kickstarting that. Um,
Yeah, I hear you.
so that's it's rough.
I used to be the that prep person and get all
I
the
can't
chicken
meal prep.
prepped and
I
everything
don't.
like that.
I'm sorry. I don't own enough Tupperware. That's legit why I don't meal prep. I'm like, you want to buy me like a crap ton of Tupperware? Feel free, but I like,
That's
I'm
why.
not going to the store to
This
buy
is why
it.
you only prep
It's more money
chicken.
than the food.
That's why you only prep chicken. You get a whole ton of chicken, you throw it
Yeah.
in the crock pot, let it cook for 8 hours, it shreds
Uh,
itself. Then you take it out and put it in Ziploc bags and put it in the freezer, and then you're good. Yeah.
Ah. See, I
Anyways,
should have come to Mosh for my meal prepping.
don't
Gosh darn
please,
it.
God, I eat garbage. No, but I do need to get back to that. I did that for a long ass time, and I just fell out of it. I needed to get back to that
Mhm.
again. I hear you on that.
I like juices workout, except beer is gross juice.
Okay, we're gonna have a talk about that. So, okay, tell me about 2019. Those are some goals. Let's talk about
Yep.
conferences, which are sort of a separate
Mhm.
entity. Not necessarily. I should have labeled this differently. Maybe not conferences, but
Yeah.
meeting up or something like
Mhm.
that. Do you have anything like that on the horizon?
Um. So juice. I'm not answering that. I fell for it once. Butt face. Um. we as a bar are supposed to have a meetup later on this summer, which I'm really hoping I can go to. So the
Richmond.
TLDR, yeah, the TLDR of my story. It's like an 8 hour drive for me, which is totally
Yeah.
doable. Um, my problem is I am on 33,000 miles of my 36,000 mile lease.
Ah,
Um, and my lease isn't up until August. So I'm probably going to go over my lease. So what I'm trying to do is get out of this car or renew my lease or turn my lease into an option to buy.
mm-hmm.
In which case, then heck yes, I'm coming to that. If not, um, then unfortunately that means I probably won't. I am going to Belgium this summer to
That
see a
seems like a good meetup.
yeah, yeah. To see sliced bananas and Sir Mac. If I can, I'll stop in the UK and meet one of my mods, Tate, an OG. I haven't really fleshed all the like details out yet, but I would like to spend several weeks there. So it would be nice to kind of meet like all the EU people that like I never get to see.
Yeah, just do it
Um,
all at once.
yeah, because apparently it's way easier to travel there than it is here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
um,
people think about Europe like it's the size of the United
yeah.
States. That's not the
Yeah,
case.
you can fit Belgium in New Jersey.
Right, yeah, you can
So.
get anywhere in that country in like 2 hours.
um, but TwitchCon 2019 financially is just a no go for me.
Yeah.
I just don't have it in the cards. It's something that even if I did, I think I would just buy the Airbnb so I could hang out with people and not actually buy TwitchCon tickets.
Right.
Just because of the hot mess that was last year. Um, but is it something I really, really want to do? Yes. But plane tickets alone, on top of an Airbnb, on
Yeah.
top of food and like Uber, like it's just financially it's not in the cards. Um, what I would love to do is hit not obviously not PAX East, but I would love to go so this coming year, so like the 2019-2020
Mm-hmm.
like year.
Yeah.
I would love to go to RTX, which is the Rooster Teeth convention because I love Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
South by Southwest I would love to go to. I would love to go to um, PAX. I think it's South that has all of the indie devs. I'm not really. I'd have to look into which one
Yeah,
has
I think a
a
lot
bunch
of them do, but South has quite a bit, and South is actually a
Right.
little less attended, I think, than the other ones. So that's a
Right.
good one
Like
to go to.
I want to go to ones that are more like geared towards gamers and gaming. I have lived in like driving distance of the city. I used to go into the city all the time when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I have still never been to New York Comic Con. Like that would be something I would love to do.
Yeah.
It's hecka overpriced.
Oh, I bet.
Um, but just like I want to put myself out there into the sphere more because ironically there are no meetups around here. Chicago meetups, yes, happen all the time.
Yeah, they're
California
pretty
has a great
consistent.
system.
Yeah.
Florida does. The
Mhm.
New York, New Jersey, Philly area kind of like we're all just cranky and antisocial here, I guess, because I try on all these like meetup things and it just don't happen around here,
Huh.
I guess.
I know there's
that or I just can't find them.
the Ohio ones are pretty popular. There's one in like
Yeah.
a couple weeks I would love to make it to. I know Admiral Plague and Ryu are on those, and Soph was going to them. We have a couple other people in the area that are going, but yeah, I feel the same way about PAX. I'm sorry, TwitchCon. TwitchCon last year was like the coolest thing ever, meeting everyone and hanging out. And I know you know my thoughts on it, but yeah, I've talked about it a lot on the show before, but it's like it's not worth it to go to TwitchCon if you're expecting any sort of return on investment. It's just not there yet.
Yeah.
They need to make some changes.
Yeah. Especially with like talking with the companies and things that were there. There were so many people. I honestly would be surprised if they remembered a single person they met.
Right. Yeah.
TwitchCon.
Outside of like the Doc or Ninja, they won't remember anyone. It's just there's too many people.
Because the opportunity to have one-on-one conversations was like, if you can literally stand in front of this other person and get 5 seconds of this guy's time, like, you did good. So.
Yeah, I actually had a way better conversation going to Replay FX, which is a pinball tournament in Pittsburgh. I went there and met a bunch of indie people and publishers and stuff. They have a tiny, small indie area, which is like 8 developers. But I got to see all their games and spent a lot of time with those guys. And it was far and away more beneficial for myself and for the bar than anything at TwitchCon. I mean, besides meeting the people.
When I went to MagFest or MagCon, I can never get the words right.
Yeah, MagFest. Right.
I got to meet so many indie people, and like the one that is doing that really cool game that you literally sent me there to talk to.
Oh, the Last Hex.
Really cool
yeah, that's coming out soon, I think.
Yeah, that was a really, really cool experience for sure.
Yeah, those smaller conferences are really where you can find a solid connection with a publisher or with a developer. Rather than, like you said, at TwitchCon, it's a meat grinder, like going through there. Tens of thousands of people trying to, win free headphones or win free T-shirts, and it's just like, oh my god, I can't.
Juice is trying to trigger you in chat right now.
It's impossible. I don't read chat during this show. So yeah, I kind of agree though. I would love to go to the bar meetup. Would be my number one thing to go to. It's just a terrible. My daughter's birthday is like 2 days later, and there's not a chance I'm going to that. I would love to go to PAX West because my brother lives in Seattle, so it'd be cool to like see him and my niece and everything out there.
Yeah.
But PAX South is definitely on the list, and I'm 100% going to Replay FX this year because it was so fun last year. I'm not even a pinball person. It was so fun. It's in Pittsburgh. So it's like an hour south of my house. It's so fun.
I don't know why my lights keep doing that, but it's going to drive me nuts.
It looks good. It looks like it's timed. Just make it a part of your show. Every time the lights flash, you got to do, what was it? Burpees. You got to do 5 burpees every time the lights flash.
Burpees. No more burpees. Please.
All right, let's talk about Twitch in general.
Hmm.
Um, Twitch has made a lot of changes for better or worse this past year. Um, there's obviously a lot of discrepancy on are they taking too much away from partners,
Yeah.
which it's funny because I see a lot of vague like straw man complaints about it because I don't see any partners bitching about it. But there's a lot of affiliates
Yeah,
that like to
they
go, I don't
always
care if partners are disagree. There's no partners disagreeing. I don't understand.
yeah, there's literally nobody like getting mad. Who you mad at though?
Right.
Cuz I live, especially now that I have to check the socials for an account as large as TK's.
Yeah.
I live on Twitter. So sometimes like when people are like, "Oh, like all of these partners complaining." I'm like,
Who?
"Where?"
Yeah. Who are
I'm
these?
literally I'm in like all of the streaming circles like on Twitter checking them all and I don't see them.
Right.
Um but as I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt you, but
That's okay. You're allowed.
the the platform as a whole, there I have a lot to say, but it's some of it's good, some of it's bad.
It's supposed to be
Anyway.
that way. You can't always
Yeah.
agree with everything. This is
Yeah.
not the Twitch echo
Yeah.
chamber.
So here's my thing: people are gonna get mad at this, but from a business standpoint, the way I compare Twitch and Mixer right now,
Mhm.
which is something I've been following really closely, just
Oh.
because we do have friends like gravitating from Twitch to Mixer and like having a lot of success on Mixer right now and vice versa. I compare it to the Instagram and Snapchat fiasco. So Mixer came out and they had all of these great things. And it was almost like everything, hello, honey. Everything that people were looking for from Twitch as far as like smaller streamers, like the smaller streamers shout outs, the ability to co-stream all together.
Right.
There goes Cat. Um, just all of these things that were missing from Twitch, Mixer had. And it's funny that all of these rollouts, and you'll notice in the comment sections, anytime Twitch rolls out something new that's already on Mixer, they're like, wait, didn't Mixer already do this? But that's the thing. From a business standpoint, it makes sense for Twitch to do it. Yeah, are they
Yeah.
copying? But if you look at Snapchat and Instagram, okay, just because social media is kind of like where my head's mostly at now.
Mhm.
Snapchat came out and had all these filters and did all these things and like had stories and you had streaks and blah 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 and people loved it. When Instagram added stories, okay, she just knocked something off my desk. That son of a biscuit. When Instagram added stories, everybody's like, "Oh, they're copying Snapchat. They're copying Snapchat." Da, 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 da.
Right.
But now people only use Instagram stories.
Right.
Snapchat's essentially, I don't want to call Snapchat dead, but people, it is not seeing the growth or the usage that it is or that it did before Instagram stories. So it's kind of like that. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes further as the Mixer grows. Is it going to struggle the same way Twitch did as it grew? And Twitch as a whole seems to be looking at what Mixer is doing and saying, okay, I see you. I'm gonna take that. Like,
Right.
which you may shake your head at it, you may have feelings about it, but from a business standpoint, it makes sense.
I do have feelings about coming up with a really
Yeah.
good idea and a commercial business stealing it. I do have
Yeah.
ideas about that.
You wouldn't have
Just
any
kidding.
personal
I'm
feelings
kidding. I'm
about that
kidding.
one whatsoever. But in the same token, I think Twitch has come up with a lot of really great ideas as far as like the notes for moderators to see, VIP badges. I thought that was great. Like,
Yeah.
I think, and especially because you showed me that chart that we did in the bar the other day where we looked at how fast Twitch is growing.
Yeah. It's super fast.
To look at how fast and how much Twitch is growing, it's crazy to try and keep up with that and make everybody happy. Realistically, you're never going to make everybody happy.
Right.
The one thing that I have a concern about moving forward, and it's twofold, because companies are starting to realize they make more off of affiliates. Twitch is starting to realize they make more off affiliates,
Right.
simply because there are more of us.
Right.
I don't want to see what makes a partner, like being a Twitch partner, special, diminished because the affiliates are like, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. And now granted, that's again that echo chamber sort of thing. Not every affiliate is like that, but you do sort of see that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
I am personally of the boat that I don't think that the requirements for partners should be lowered. I personally don't think that everything a partner gets an affiliate should get. I grew up in the generation, it's gonna make me sound old, where
So old.
if you didn't win, you just didn't win.
Right.
Like you didn't get a participation prize. You know, like the varsity team got varsity jackets. Like you don't get to go buy a varsity jacket and not be on the varsity team. Like it just like that stuff blows my mind. Like that's what makes it special. You worked hard, you earned it. Like
Right.
let them freaking celebrate the fact that they did a thing. I don't know. That's just sorry. I digress.
No, I agree.
But I think there are things that Twitch really needs to listen to. As far as what its community is saying, its support right now, I think they need to hire like at least 100 more people on their support staff, because I think it's honestly just, I think that may be why it gets so bogged down. But if people are reporting, they want to know that something kind of like with what Blizzard does, like, hey, I reported this person, hey, thanks for reaching out, like we can't tell you what exactly happened, but based on your report, like action was taken.
Right.
Hey, this person's been like ban evading my chat, like please help. Just this Twitch support as a whole, I think needs a little
Just more
help.
people, basically. Like
Yeah.
they're doing an okay job when they get to it, but it's not fast enough.
Right. So especially when people get, like, I've seen so many people get a ban
Yeah.
and not know why. That should not be a thing in my mind. Like, you should be able to be like, hey, why'd I get banned? And not be told,
The algorithm said you were banned.
right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's going down the
just my
YouTube
take.
territory now. Yeah.
But
That those are all like really great. I
sorry.
The-
Did I steal all of your talking points?
no, the talking point is you talking. That's my talking point. This whole show rests on your laurels at this point.
Oh god.
No, but it's pretty interesting, especially, and we've had a lot of talks in the past about affiliates versus partners and how that is blending. But it sucks because it does make sense from a business perspective. Because when you think about someone like the Doc, who I've only mentioned just now on this show, and I never talk about him ever, but like the Doc or Shroud or Ninja or any of the biggest streamers in the world, you look at these guys and you think, wow, they have 50,000 subs. That is crazy. They must bring in so much money for Twitch. They got to treat it like royalty. And then you think about the amount of partners versus the amount of affiliates, and then look at the average number of subs or something like that over some threshold, and it's incomparable. It's like nothing. It's like
pennies.
millions and millions and millions and millions of subs versus like 50,000. It's nothing. So,
and it's gotten to the point now too where some people don't actually care to partner push, because you see these affiliates who chill and very comfortably in the 40 to 50 viewer range with 300 subs.
Be okay.
Because who needs partner? You're making money.
Exactly. You know? I mean, Duty Beard. He announced, I think it was when he was doing he wasn't really doing a partner push, but his friend started shouting out on Twitter, like, how is this guy not partnered? He had like 400 or 500 subs and wasn't partnered. You can have a reasonable lifestyle. I will preface that by saying that on this show specifically, we have talked many times about how you cannot rely on any revenue in terms of subs. Please don't do that. But you can have some reasonable income from 400 subs a month. Depending on the return rate and the number of gifts and all. Of course, there's all these caveats, but that's a lot of subs for one affiliated streamer to have. You know, then you think about I saw some people the other day that were just recently partnered that are now into 2,000, 3,000 subs, and it's still they're barely partner at this point. So when we start seeing more perks for affiliates, and you and I have talked privately about like, well, what are they going to do next? And I'm still betting. And by the way, I was on the Yam Fam podcast like a month ago, and on that show I said I will bet you right now that affiliates get more emotes. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
then
because that's a big thing right now.
Right.
That's the selling point. Like,
Yeah.
when you sub, do you know how many streamers I'm sub to so I can use their cute old emotes?
It's number
Like,
one. It's number
I've
one.
never seen a
Yeah.
stream
Yeah.
of, what is it, Baru? But
I don't know.
everybody has the emotes, the cute little, like, panda things.
Right.
I need them in my life, so I have them.
Oh, the
Admiral
emotes are
Baru, yeah.
the emotes are a
Yeah.
huge selling point with partners.
Yeah.
A huge selling point. And by the way, when I go to a stream and I'm watching a partnered streamer versus an affiliate streamer, I'm almost it's more bang for your buck when you're thinking about the decision of whether or not
Yeah.
to sub. Well, I can get 4 emotes or I get 35. Like, I
Right,
mean,
exactly.
You got to go with the 35. But I was also on that show on the YamFam podcast. I said, I bet you we're going to see a program come out where they go, okay, affiliates, you can get priority transcoding for $20 a month. The extra money you have to pay, and then you get priority transcoding. I'll be first in line for that, but watch, that'll be what happens next.
You hate money.
Right, and I need to
all
stream
said.
in 16K resolution.
Yeah.
Need to. I don't. But yeah, so it sort of like blurs the line, and we were talking about how, there's really no partners that are crying about it. I haven't really seen any partners cry about it.
Because what it means for them is, and I've heard it echoed by other Twitch partners that I really look up to, when Twitch does well as a platform, they do well as a platform.
Sure. Yeah.
If Twitch grows, they grow. So they kind of echo that statement. So
right.
for them, they're like, why are you...
More opportunities, and if Twitch is a bigger name, then I, as a partner, I can go, hey, I'm a part. Look at my, what did I get? A sweatshirt or something, or a jersey?
That's exactly what it is.
Sure. Yeah. So that's probably a really good thing for them to have. Although I can see partners arguing that, hey, we went to TwitchCon last year. I went to the partner party. I got a effing coloring book. So I could see that argument as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Twitch is not treating them right.
Let's not talk about the coloring book.
Oh my God. What an embarrassment that was. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I would, where I think it needs to go, but I'm pretty...
I think there's things that, like, Frump and I have talked about it all the time. You have all of these things happening.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these changes, all this money is coming in. It sounds so simple, but could you get a legitimate mobile app, please?
Yeah.
Where's my mobile sub button? Where is my mobile host button? Like, where is my ability to watch the stream and not have it be poop? Like, you're investing in all this stuff. I asked on Twitter the other day, like, how do most people watch Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
And it's mobile,
right? Of course,
they're either, or it's on the the TV,
right?
Like, just get a freaking good mobile app.
It
should not be that hard,
right?
Like, to just add a little sub button to mobile, or a little host button, like. What, just as a whole. So, like, hosting as a whole, I should be able to, I'm looking at your channel right now over here, I should just be able to click boop boop host instead of going back to my channel and having to type in /host.
Oh yeah, that's like the
crazy.
weirdest, most archaic shit is that.
Why?
Exactly,
where's my host button?
So.
Also, dumbest thing they did was change the color of the follow stuff. You know how many people
yeah.
I've unfollowed thinking that I wasn't following, and now I had to go back and refollow and be like, sorry, I really was following. I just accidentally unfollowed.
Yeah, the weirdo heart thing now. Yeah, it's really strange. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of times I've been watching someone on mobile. When I'm out, sometimes I'll go and get chicken wings or something, which is usually the case. I'll be eating wings, and like I'll have my headphones in, and I'm watching a stream
with
or
blue
something.
Cheese and not ranch.
God damn it. But I'll be there, and then like have to switch over to the desktop version of the mobile to do anything, like look at the panels or whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Like which I cannot do from the mobile app. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Also, I know it's because, at least for the iOS version, I know it's because Apple takes a cut, but the price of bits on mobile, like the price point difference between buying on mobile and versus buying on PC or Mac. I don't want to discriminate. But like that blows my mind. Hi, Frumpy. Sorry, it's just a front.
The so no, it's funny because I was watching someone last night, and I went to follow them, and then sub to them, and then I realized it's like, oh, it's $5.99 on the mobile. Like, why wouldn't I just wait 10 minutes till I get home and do it here? It's silly. I think that might be one of the main things that Twitch needs to change. Oh, we've had a lot of talks about how to search for viewers, which is kind of weird. You know, they made that change where they have like a promoted section, or what the hell is that called?
Oh, so here are smaller
streamer spotlight or something. Yeah.
So here are small communities you may enjoy.
Right, that's what it
is. Smaller communities you may enjoy.
And then I look at the list, there's like a one with 500 viewers, one with 3,000, and then one with 10. Like, I don't understand their algorithm for that.
So, like, I see a lot of them in the, like, 10 to, like, 25, 35 range.
Right.
But I keep telling Twitch in my general recommended, like, I don't want to watch Amaranth. Please, like, stop.
You're gonna watch Amaranth.
Like, I sent you a screenshot, and I just thought it was really funny.
She's on mine all the time. I don't understand it.
The 3 recommended channels for me, the top 3, were Amaranth. The Twitch, like, was showing Pokemon thing and Shroud. So your 3 biggest people
the
right
biggest
now.
Channels.
You weren't showing me what you think I would like. You're showing me, like, hey, this is making us the most money. Go watch it.
I don't know. Your games overlap pretty closely with Shroud's. I feel like you guys are like the same streamer.
Obviously.
Shroud's really, really good at Cat Quest. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
There's a Cat Quest 2 coming out. I just want you to know that and just be prepared.
I actually have an email to show you. I'll talk to you offline about.
Okay.
I have a publisher that I spoke to recently was talking about their indie games, and one of them looked like a weirdo boyfriend dungeon type game. So.
Okay, Frump and I have been waiting for Boyfriend Dungeon since TwitchCon. Like, I'm ready.
When does that come out? It's got to be soon, right?
Well, it was supposed to come out on Valentine's Day, and then when you checked on Steam, it now says when the weapons are, like, in the mood or something. It was something really witty and cute, and I really liked it. But I guess they want to make sure it's, like, good to go before it comes out.
That is weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some questions for you.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
So this is how this segment works, and this will be how it is going forward. I have a list of about 16 things.
Okay.
It's a bit like a MySpace survey, if you remember those. If you're old enough to remember those.
I remember those.
You will tell me your answer quickly, or I will yell at you.
Oh, no.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Tom!
Yes, Juice is going to hide Toms all over you. That's what I heard. What is your favorite song ever?
Here's to Us.
What the hell is that? Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Don't explain it.
Hailstorm. You gotta look up Here's to Us Hailstorm.
Okay.
With guest version.
Okay.
Favorite song ever.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Your favorite NFL team?
Oh, Dallas Cowboys.
My God. Who did I bring on my show?
I can admit we're bad and that we choke a lot. I'm not a bandwagoner. I know my team sucks.
All right. What is the best game of all time? Game could be video game, board game, anything. Card game. Anything.
Best game of all time: the Assassin's Creed trilogy with Ezio Auditore and Desmond.
I'm not typing on that. Assassin's Odyssey. Sounds fine.
No, not Odyssey. No. Oh my God. Assassin's Creed 2.
I got you.
Okay. And that whole trilogy.
That's the game where you jump off the thing into the haystacks, right?
You're triggering me so bad right now.
Tell me, what is, if you could have any superpower, what it would be? One.
Telekinesis.
I love that answer. That's a good one. Move shit with your mind.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an important one.
Mm-hmm.
On your chicken wings, blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch.
Good. Okay.
Fight me.
No, it's okay. At least you didn't go with the Homer answer. In your opinion, to you, who is the most influential streamer to you? One.
Ooh. Currently or of all time?
All time.
Bazagaza.
I'm guessing on how to spell that. I like it.
Yeah.
How many times have you been to the gym this week?
1. Well,
This
technically it
week,
was last week because it's
7
only
days.
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1.
Good. Next question. How many times have you had fast food this week, last 7 days?
1.
All right. Next
It was
question.
Chinese food.
From the world of Harry Potter,
Mm-hmm.
do you prefer Edward or Jacob?
Okay, first of all, Twilight sucks, and how dare you?
You have to pick one.
How dare you?
You have to pick
no.
one, Edward or Jacob.
No.
You have to pick one.
Harry Potter, and the
Yeah.
answer is Neville. The correct answer is Neville.
No, it's not. Edward
No.
or Jacob. You have to pick one of those.
Jacob, because Edward's terrible. But the whole book is terrible. It's fan fiction. I'm just, okay.
hang on, I gotta mark that. I'm just gonna clip out that Jacob part. Okay, perfect. Well, I erased it.
I hate you so much. I hate you.
I can't wait to
so
read the
much.
chat and see how many people just got triggered from that. What is the scariest movie of all time?
You do realize I don't watch scary
I
movies,
know.
right? The scariest movie I've ever seen is called White Noise.
White Noise. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that one. When you go to brunch and you see the menu, what is the number one thing you order as soon as you see it? Brunch.
Mimosa.
Love it. What was your first internet nickname? AOL or whatever?
Oh, no. No.
Gotta say it. What is it? I told you
I'ma
guys
type
mine. I told you guys mine.
Oh, God. I'm going to type it in chat.
Okay, that's fine.
And it's
And
typed,
I'll read it. You don't have to read it.
Okay. And it was typed like this because this is how you typed back then.
Yes, it's gonna be XX something or other girl.
That was my
Yes.
original. That was my original. Gosh darn you! Gosh darn you!
Oh God, how do I type this? Okay. V-
I hate you so much.
I love it. Awesome. Now everyone's gonna do some weirdo way back time machine search on that.
Yeah, I need to change my aim away message. So.
Okay, on your Discord screen, without changing anything,
Okay.
what are the top 3 Discords? Number 1, 2, and 3.
Myself, Sliced Bananas, Twitch Kittens, but not the regular Twitch Kittens. It's
I know about the second one.
Yeah.
Twitch Kittens 2. All right.
Yeah, Twitch Kittens too.
Got it. Wow, Banana's second, I'm telling them.
Yep.
All right. Who's your number 1 role model? Not necessarily in streaming, just in life.
That's a toss-up. I'm gonna go with my grandmother.
Grandma. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite vacation spot? Where do you want to be on vacation?
I would love to go back to Spain. I'd love to go back to Spain.
I'm putting that down. If you said Belgium, I was going to throw up.
No, I would love to go back to Spain. I've never been to Iceland, but that's on my list.
Iceland? I heard it's
I've
very
heard it's-
green there, actually.
Yeah, I've actually heard it's beautiful, which is why I want to go.
There's I was talking to a worker, a coworker, that is going to Svalbard in Norway, which is like the top point of Norway where we have a bunch of satellite dishes, and it's just dark there all year. So I guess it's not a vacation spot. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, but you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Wait, if you could only eat one food, but you could only eat
Like
one food?
you can only eat one food, but you can't eat anything else, ever. You eat the same thing every single meal of the day.
Tacos.
Tacos?
Because you could have beef tacos or chicken tacos or shrimp tacos. Just tacos. I cheated your
God
question.
damn it. There's a loophole in this question. I'm putting an asterisk next to that.
You're going to come back next week and the show's going to have a different question here.
One food. It cannot be a combination food. And then someone will say something else. You'll be like, damn it. So we're going to... last question.
Uh-huh.
Of all current popular trends that could be on
Mhm.
Twitter or in real life, whatever. What is the most annoying of all trends right now?
Fortnite. It's always been Fortnite. Just everything about Fortnite. Goodbye.
Someone find me a clip of Kitty doing the floss or whatever
Nope.
that other weird dance is called. You shake your arms around. I don't know what that is.
Nope. Just please.
Dabs. Yeah, I was hoping for you
Please.
to say dab. I know that's what Fremp will say.
Okay, wait. So I just made myself a bit of a hypocrite. I will say I have had so much fun in the Fortnite creative mode, but that's not the same as Fortnite. I look at it as an entirely separate entity.
Sounds like you
Mostly
play a
the
lot of
cringiest
Fortnite.
thing is the 12-year-olds doing the dances in public everywhere.
Yeah. I have a nephew that every time I see him, he's doing one of those dances. I'm like, dude, it's like there's nothing happening. There's no one like dancing. It's just, I'm standing here. No, I'm doing a Fortnite dance. I don't understand it.
I thought it was adorable. You posted a picture of your kids who asked you to take a picture of them dabbing.
Yeah, you see Kylie's is like this.
Yeah. It was adorable.
So Camden does whatever Kylie does. So he saw her dab, and then he did it, and his only move is this. He didn't understand the arm, so he just did this. It's very cute.
Oh.
Thank you so much for being on this show today.
Thank you for having me and for letting me ramble as long as I did. That was really cool.
It's my favorite part. Hopefully we can do this again in a year from now, and we'll just keep like a record of the years to come. Hopefully I can also splice these two together and get you in some weird gotcha trap where you're like, oh, I love Fortnite. I'm going to just clip those parts. Or it's going to make you sound terrible. It's like those targeted political ads.
You could just ask Juice for the emote he made of me dabbing and use it against me forever and ever and ever and ever.
I had to have seen that. Why don't I have that saved?
He has an emote of me dabbing. He has a hyper version of it too.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I do know that because I think I posted back saying, can you slow that down a little? And it like got super slow. I remember that.
Yep. Juice is also why I never wink on stream anymore.
Oh, that's one of the best emotes. Thank you so much for being on the show. Her information is just below her name. Please go follow her and all the usual stuff. Although most of the people... Hang on a second.
Oh.
I just clicked back to the chat. Okay. A lot of these people are huge fans of Kitty already. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a break for a moment. We'll come back, and if you guys have specific questions that you want to ask Kitty, I don't know what your timeline is. I know you sleep early, but if there is questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and then she might, if she likes you, answer, and if not, she hates your guts. So...
Oh, what? No, don't tell people that.
No, that's it. I got to mute her. Yep, she can't talk anymore. Okay, she hates you if she doesn't answer back. I will be back in just a minute. Thank you so much for coming on this.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back in just a moment. I got to get another drink. I'll see you guys in a minute.